enough for an actual table. But hey, I got the camera though, right? And hopefully this can help you guys out if you're thinking about purchasing a cineback. So I'm gonna start off with the number one thing for me is the aesthetics, the look, the feel. How does it look? How does it feel? Well, for one, for me, it looks amazing. I'm gonna be honest. You know, this is just me. Maybe it might not apply to you, but YouTube is something that I feel like me and probably other people want to do, and we have the hopes of, you know, putting out that one video that changes everything. I feel like when camera builds, it's similar to that. You know, we all want to create films, and we want to use those cameras we see in the movies, the Reds, you know, the high-priced cameras that cost like $80,000 that I personally can't afford. We want to get as close to that as possible, and I think this product is doing it. And clearly, this is not a paid promotion. This is just my personal opinion on this cineback. Just take a look at it. You know, let me actually hold it up so you can see it. The look and feel for this is unlike any other camera I have. I have a rig. Right now I'm shooting on a Cinema 4K Blackmagic, and it just gives me a different feeling. It makes me want to, like, I'm gonna create something. I'm gonna make sure I shoot something. And a lot of times that's what we miss, and that's what we need to, you know, give us that inspiration. You know, sometimes people may not get it that way, but I don't know why. For me, buying gear, it always makes me want to shoot for a few months, but then you kind of lose it, and it's like a never-ending battle. But aesthetics, it looks amazing, feels amazing. It's a nice weight. Probably will help with stabilization. But as far as that goes, it's great. I'm gonna move on to the number two thing that I like about this rig that I created and the cineback. So these two, I'm gonna show you guys right now. These two cheese plates. So one top and one the bottom. This layout is a little different than what I'm used to. You know, this cheese plate is pretty big. It gives you a lot of options and a lot of different mounting capabilities that you can do. As far as the top, the bottom, the side, you know, you name it. You just be creative, and you can probably, you know, make your dream rig using this type of product. In my personal opinion, like take for what I did, for instance. Normally, when you see a rig, you probably will see the monitor on the handle, somewhere on the side or the top. But in this case, if you look at it, it's actually on the cheese plate. So for me, what that did was it made it compact and just allowed me to get that layout and that look that I was really going for. Because let's be honest, a lot of it's based off look and feel. You want to feel like you have a piece of, you know, equipment that looks good, and hopefully you can film good, even though, you know, it's not hand in hand with those two. You still got to put the work in, but it helps when it looks good and feels good. So this cheese plate is really good having that part of it. Another thing I had too, I got a little bit of notes because I didn't want to forget, you know, I didn't want to forget anything. This is important too. This is super important. This next thing I'm gonna mention, super important. If you've seen any rigs before, you've seen cable management it's a lot of times it's bad. It's so bad that when people do videos or tutorials or they show their rig, they don't wire it up. They will not have their rig connected because there's so many wires everywhere. Like if I can like show you the Blackmagic camera I'm shooting on right now, there's an HDMI wire here, there's a wire there, there's a wire for the mic, there's just so many wires everywhere. And feel like that takes away from the look, and it just makes it a little bit more difficult to shoot when you're trying to go. You have wires everywhere, then you have to make sure this connected, that connected. But in this cine setup I did, and this rig that I made, I don't know if you can tell, but all wires are connected. Like, this is not a showcase for just YouTube to make it look good. Like, power on. This rig is actually ready to go. I can just take this off, press the power button, and this is ready to shoot. It's not based off it's not based off like, oh, I have to connect this, connect that. No, it's literally ready to go right now. Like, ready to go, ready to shoot. And that's something I love about it. The fact that it's ready to go, and wire management is really good. You could barely see, like, you see these two wires, like they're so flush to the camera, and that's just one thing that, man, that's everything to me. Not having wires everywhere is amazing. You can see on the sides, it has these 4 D-type ports here, which will allow you to add on anything extra. I don't need all the ports right now, even though originally I wanted to add a matte box to it. I was gonna add some ND filters, because this lens lets in so much light that a lot of times I can't open it all the way, even though I like to have that dynamic range. I can't open it all the way because it lets in so much light. So I was gonna get a matte box, some ND filters, so that I'm able to get that bokeh that I want. But I'm gonna be honest, after putting it together and seeing how it looked like this, I think I might just leave it, and I might not do any more tweaking. I was gonna do a matte box. DJI got a cinematic it's for cinematic cameras, or cameras without autofocus. Manual lenses, not cameras, manual lenses, and it do automatic focus for you. And I was gonna get that and add that on top of this, and this would have been like, even the matte box, I think is really big for this. I might have to still get that, but I'm feeling the way this looks, just plain out the gate. No adding, nothing really special added. It's just, I have my battery here, cineback, handle, monitor, lens, ready to go. I feel that's really important to have. So I'll say this, if you're thinking about getting a cineback, and it's not a really long video, I'll say, yeah, I've seen people say the price for what you get, the price is not worth it. For me, I feel that it's worth, it's worth the cost, because if you buy camera equipment, you kind of get what you pay for. And I see some third-party people or third-party places on Amazon that it looked like it was selling the exact same product, but I decided not to try that, because you get what you pay for in this game, and if you buy something cheap, you could expect cheap results. So if I'm gonna try it, I'm gonna go to the people who make it, and their customer service, I haven't dealt with them yet, but their customer service seems like it's pretty good, because in the email it tells you if you want to return it, if you want to do the exchanges, if something's damaged, like, we'll handle everything. Pretty much they were saying. So that was reassuring, hearing them say that, and knowing that if something does go wrong within a certain amount of time, then I got some coverage at least. But I will say this. Hitting the buttons on the FX30, because this is the FX30 I have it on. Power on and off is easy. Mode is fairly easy. Well, it's easy. Let me not say fairly, because it'll make it seem like it's somewhat difficult. Like, it's the same to me. menu, focus, everything you need to really touch on. It's it's really right there in your face, like nothing. And my hands they're not super small, so that's no issue to me. Now, if I had to look for something and say, well, they could have did this better or did that better, because there's always room for improvement. There's other cameras that has a little cover here, right? So this area to me is a little bit exposed. I wanted the entire thing boxy, but this part is pretty much exposed. But it has to be, because how would you get the menu button? How would you press, your focus shutters? So I get that, but I wish that it was an option to where it can flap, like open and close. So if I do need to hit it, I can flap it open, hit it, close it back, and it still gives you that box shape. But that's not really like a deal breaker for me or anything like that. I still think it looks pretty good, and I like the fact that it's so compact and it's not too much going on, because this is going to challenge me in the future to shoot handheld. There's nothing wrong with using gimbals. There's nothing wrong with stabilizers or whatever you use to stabilize your image. But I feel like handheld footage has really been, it hasn't been on the scene as much. Like, I know there's a few people that do it, but I still want to, I want to try everything. I want to try handheld. I want to try gimbal, but overall, I think the cineback is still good. I don't know what else I can say about it. That, hopefully I answered a few of you guys' questions. If you had any questions dealing with this, but if you're thinking about making a rig, my advice to you would be yes. You can add the gadgets and gadgets, but try to compact, try to keep everything tight and not overwhelm it at first. And if you want to add on, you can. That way you can get a better feel for what level you need, instead of just putting a bunch of stuff on and you're like, wow, this feels pretty heavy and doesn't really work with my workflow. Gradually put things on it so that way you can see what works and what doesn't work. But other than that, I'm gonna probably shoot something with this pretty soon, and then put the footage up so you guys can see how it look. In another video, sorry, can't do it right now. It's pretty late. It's like 3 in the morning. But yeah, just subscribe, guys, like, show love, and try to follow your dreams.